Hello, here I'm looking at this heart function, which is made with calculang. If you follow calculang, you'll have seen me use this example before. Here I want to show how this works using the formulas and manipulation of those formulas. So we can get the formulas over here. We have heart is line plus semicircle times wave. So line plus semicircle multiplied by wave. And wave is this oscillating pattern which causes this oscillating pattern in the wave image. But I think it makes it harder to interpret. So let's look at the formula for wave. It's sine of x times n, and the sine function oscillates between -1 and 1. So let's just replace this with those two extreme values and see what it looks like at those values. So when wave is 1, this is what heart looks like. It's the top outline of the heart shape, which is the line plus the semicircle. Wave is 1. And when wave is -1, heart is the outline of the bottom of the heart shape, which is the line minus semicircle, because wave is -1. And so let's flip between those two. When we bring back the wave function, we get this oscillation between those two outlines. Because n is in here and n is up here, this is a way to change the frequency of that wave. And higher frequency makes the image a bit clearer. So that's how this works. Hopefully it helps. We can also try to make this better. So I don't like the straightness of this line function. Strictly it's not a line, but anyways. So it is 2 times the absolute value of x. But let's try to be more creative. We can start by taking the square root of this by going to the power of 0.5. Okay, but now we need to scale this effect. That's too much. If we hold the Alt over a number, if we press the Alt key over a number, we can drag it, which is useful, but it's a bit sensitive. So a tip is to multiply by some number divided by some number, which doesn't change anything, but it gives you control over the sensitivity. And when you're happy, I want this to be in the image like this, you can select these values and hard code them with F9. So there's a lot more we can do to change what we're seeing here. Radius is using this semicircle formula, which is something like the distance formula, but outside of the radius it's 0. We could make this be 10. We could try to make something more subtle, go for a small value, a more subtle heart pattern. We can treat this whole application like it's a graphing calculator, so we can copy formulas and change them, see a graph. But let's make a new formula, show you what that's like. there's a lot of boilerplate. So we have these snippets. If you press CUL for calculang, let's say we want a calculang function, pattern. Let's go with cosine to be different of x times 5, so we can see it. We can try to show something more interesting in here, like x squared or x times x. And we can maybe replace the line with the pattern here. But it's going to be pretty meaningless, I think. And so what I'm really trying to show here is, yeah, manipulation to help us to understand the thing first and to develop it a little bit, break it a little bit. But this fast feedback through manipulation of formulas is hopefully going to be a useful tool as far as calculang and its aims go. And yeah, it's the start of a journey. I call this dangerous because there are many ways you can get into an infinite loop and break things. Now, it wouldn't be my first port of call to really develop with calculang, but it's something that lets you change something that's already made and play with it and break it. And yeah, like I said, hopefully a useful tool and pattern.